So, hi everyone, welcome to the session. Today's session is on alcoholism. So, we are going to be talking about that. So, before we start, let's invoke for divine blessings. Let's close our eyes, connect the tongue to the palate, inhale and exhale slowly. Let us invoke to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother. We thank you for your priceless blessings, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, divine love, mercy, inner healing, physical healing. Thank you for the inner strength to practice regularly. Thank you for your divine help and protection, for illumination, abundance, and prosperity. Let's also be aware of ourselves as a soul. I am the soul. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the emotions that cause alcoholism. I am also not the emotions that disturb me because of someone's alcoholism in the family. I am not the thought. I am not the thought that causes people to drink. And I am also not the thought that causes me to perhaps be upset with people in my life who are consuming alcohol. Okay, so I am not the body, I am not the emotions, I am not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected with God. I am one with God. And I am one with all. Which also means that I am one with the person who is perhaps stuck with alcoholism. So let's have some compassion for these people. And if it's ourselves, then let's have compassion for ourselves also. And we will understand today in this talk about why we should have compassion for ourselves if we are in this situation and for others who may be in a similar situation. Okay. So today's session and mass healing is on being free of the addiction of alcohol. So what we want to be aware of is basically that alcoholism is something that happens to people. And if we read Master Chow Sui's book, Pranic Psychotherapy, then on page 115, he basically says that when a person has an uncontrollable desire to drink, this is because there are elementals that are deeply embedded in certain chakras. Now, I'm not going to share more than that because I just don't want to violate any copyrights. But I want to give you a sense that, Master Chow Kok Sui in his book, Pranic Psychotherapy, has actually talked about so many things related to alcoholism. So he also says that the pranic treatment for alcoholism also involves helping the client to solve what is called emotional problems. So in case the client is having emotional problems, that is the root of the alcoholism. So, sometimes if we just tell somebody who is in our family, like, you shouldn't drink, it's not good for you, what we need to keep in mind is that perhaps they already know that. Okay, so moving on. Okay. So when we talk about alcoholism, as you can see in this particular picture, this person is shown actually chained to the bottle. Now you may be wondering, why is this so dramatic? So this was made for us by Malvika, and she is a fantastic illustrator. So to explain that, I'm going to move on. So this is a picture from the book called Thought Forms by C.W. Leadbeater. Can you see the color for this? This is what's called an elemental. Okay, so you can see the picture. It's dark red. It's got dirty grayish patches, and as it says at the bottom, greed for drink. So when somebody desires a drink, that is kind of the elemental or what is called an energy that is kind of stuck to them, and that is what the energy looks like. So if you can see this little carefully, can you see these hooks? Can you these hooks are actually holding this person? Okay, so that is why even after trying hard, sometimes people are not able to give up alcoholism. Anyway, so what does that mean? That means, okay, let's move on to another one. So this is something that is covered in Pranic Psychic Self-Defense by Master Chow Kok Sui. On page 20, he talks about the elementals of alcohol, alcoholic elementals. Now, he talks about it in the context that, let's say, for example, if there's a business person and he has to go to a bar, then he has to protect himself from these elementals, right? So that's why we have kind of shown this over here. Now, Now, what Master Choa Sui also says is that for relief from alcoholism, it says here, the practice of the meditation on twin hearts has a cleansing effect on the energy body. So, for some of us who have been doing this live with us at 4 o'clock, and again, those of you watching this on YouTube later, I apologize, but the meditation is not going to be recorded in the video. The way Twin Hearts helps is that it expels the negative elementals and it seals the cracks and holes in the protective webs to a substantial degree. Therefore, it should be practiced daily by alcoholics, smokers, drug addicts, hallucinating patients, and others. It is very important for the patient to have a certain degree of intention to improve. Pranic Psychotherapy, page 123. What is Master saying when he says the patient should have a degree, a slight will to improve? The reason for that is if it's only the healer who is working, then see, in healing, it's very important for you to understand that we don't actually produce, we don't mentally dominate somebody. So let's say, for example, if we are healing someone of alcoholism, we are not mentally dominating them, which is why I think Master Choa Kok Sui says that the person should have a small desire to improve, and then the healer can obviously help increase that desire. The healer can help remove the elementals and get this person to get better. So these are the important things to keep in mind as we go along. Okay. Now, again, in Pranic, in the book Pranic Psychic Self-Defense, Master Choa Kok Sui talks about psychic pollution and psychic contamination. So you may have noticed that if you're not if you're not a person who actually drinks regularly, but if you're in the company of a lot of people who drink regularly, or they may tempt you, of course, be like, Sheetal, have a glass of wine, you'll feel more relaxed, things like that. And so what happens is that, and this happened to me, it's a personal experience. What happened to me was that while I still had the desire to drink a little bit, I would kind of give in when my friends, I would say, not force me, but repeatedly were like, Sheetal, drink, have a glass of wine, do this, do that. It's going to relax you, blah, blah, blah. I would say, fell for it. And then I would say later on that, oh, this person was forcing me, or, itne pyar se bola ki I could not resist, or, something that was actually not true. And today I know that if somebody offers me a drink and says, Sheetal, it'll make you feel better, you'll feel relaxed, then I already have an answer. And that answer usually is, I'm actually quite happy. And I guess it shows on my face that I'm actually quite happy without the alcohol. I'm actually quite relaxed without the alcohol. And today, because I genuinely and completely am happy, I'm satisfied, I don't need the alcohol, and no one can make me drink today. Okay. And I'm not trying to put that out as a challenge. It's just kind of like, if I don't want to, really no one can make me, is what I'm trying to say. So what happens is this involves a little bit of willpower. I guess that is also why Master Choa Kok Sui says, the person who wants to overcome alcoholism should have a little bit of willpower to do it. Okay. And what we're going to come to next is, of course, there's pranic healing for alcoholism. And I have myself successfully helped several people with alcoholism. There is also another thing which he talks about here, where he says something called vibrational numbers, or vibrational medicine and others, as a way to solve problems with alcoholism. So this is something that has been shared with me by my friend and homeopathic doctor, Dr. Sagar Dutt. It's the number is 390-858-246. It is to be written with a blue pen on the belly, below the navel, or on the arms, or actually anywhere in any part of the body. Okay, so this is an additional help, but of course I find that pranic healing actually is a very, very useful technique. Now, another important thing to note is sometimes when there are people who are drinking heavily or they are not completely in their senses, then you can't exactly bring them for a session. Okay, so that's when distant pranic healing becomes very, very important. Now, distant pranic healing is something that can be done by the healer sitting in their own center. Like, for example, this is a picture of our center at the back. and the client is sitting in their own home or is sleeping or is doing whatever they want in their own home. So what this allows us to do is to actually help the person to some extent with energy, and then get them to a point where hopefully they either realize that yes, they need help and they go for psychological counseling, because that is again something that Master Chopak Sui talks about in his book Pranic Psychotherapy, that pranic psychotherapy is complementary to psychiatric treatment. So if somebody does need psychiatric treatment, then we recommend that you get it. If you need any references, you can always ask us. We'll be happy to help you. And of course, there's pranic healing. Now, what pranic healing does is that it actually removes the energy. So if we just go back to the picture that we saw a little bit earlier, a little intimidating when I saw this, but anyway, so this this red looking picture is a little scary, because it's like, ouch, if I had a bunch of these in my body, would I really be able to resist alcoholism or alcohol, right? So this is again from the book by Thought Forms by Bishop C.W. Leadbeater. He is considered to be a highly clairvoyant person, and he wrote several books. So you can refer to the book if you like. But this is kind of what I wanted to share, because alcoholism among children, especially in certain areas of the Northeast, where we find that children are actually consuming large amounts of cough syrup because it contains alcohol, and they're kind of drugging themselves in that manner. So there are certain issues with it. Also, I read, or rather I watched a video by somebody. He was from Portugal. Unfortunately, I can't remember the link. But this person said that based on some studies that he had participated in or done, that people who are becoming alcoholic are often not connected to society. They are not connected to friends and family in a wholesome way. Now, you may be thinking like, there are so many people who have these drinking buddies, right? And these are people who they think are their friends, but actually they're not their friends. They're just drinking buddies. Okay. And it's really important to help a family member or yourself, if you're the one who's suffering, to understand that these are really not friends. These are activity buddies. Okay. And activity buddies are not going to help you in times of need. So let's say if you ask one of the day you run out of money to pay for your alcohol, or no one's going to buy you alcohol. Okay. So just be aware of that. And also another important thing that I want to mention in this context is that if we read the book called The Astral Body by Arthur Powell, this is a book published by the Theosophical Society. And for those of us who have done basic pranic healing, it is also recommended reading. He also talks about how, these cravings that we have for certain items, especially if it's something like alcohol, when we die, these cravings actually go with us. When I say go with us, I actually mean that they stay with us. So, in Christianity, they talk about hell, and hell is nothing else but our own emotions and our own cravings that after we don't have the physical body, because, let's say, for example, if I want to drink, I don't know, vodka, okay, and this is water actually, but let's say I want to drink vodka, okay, if I want to drink vodka, I have a craving for it, for example. Now, when I drink vodka, then my physical body actually processes the vodka and gives me the satisfaction. Now, if I don't have the physical body, the point is I can't experience what I experience when I drink vodka, because my emotional body by itself, without the physical body, cannot experience vodka or anything else for that matter. And that is what we call what is referred to as hell in Christianity, because the craving is there. You're in your astral body, which basically means that wherever there is vodka on the planet, you can just fly there, sit in front of the vodka bottle, and that's pretty much it. You can't do anything else. You can't drink it. You can't enjoy it. So what I'm trying to say is that for yourself and for your loved ones, try to invest some time and effort in taking pranic healing, in getting rid of these addictions, because these addictions get really, really strong, and it's important to get rid of them while we are still alive. It's actually easier to get rid of them while we are still alive. Okay, so with that, I will stop talking. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box, and I will try to answer them after we are done with the meditation. Those of us who are watching this later on YouTube, to join us for our live sessions, please send us a message on the WhatsApp number given below. Okay. So let's be aware of our crown. Let's be aware of our heart. We have received a lot of golden pink energy during the meditation. Now let's bless. Let's bless all the people that we know who are perhaps suffering from alcoholism, their families. May they all be divinely guided towards the right psychiatrist, towards the right counselor, and towards the right healer. Let's bless our homes. Let's visualize divine light flowing into our homes, cleansing and beautifying our homes, filling our homes with love, prosperity, good health, friendliness. Let's also visualize our workplace. Let's bless our workplace with prosperity, good ideas, friendly conversations, creativity, growth, and progress. Let's also bless Master Chow Kok Sui and the School of Pranic Healing and Aharatic Yoga. May all the workshops by all the instructors, all the programs, may all workshops, CDs, workshops, programs, sessions, nurturing sessions, audios, videos of Master Chow Kok Sui be blessed. Let's bless his family. Let's bless all the teachers, all the acharyas. Let's bless the Institute of Inner Studies and World Pranic Healing, all the foundations. And also let's bless GMCKS Energy Transformers, which is the center from which we operate. Let's take a few more seconds to bless our financial targets, our health targets, our emotional targets, our relationship targets, and our spiritual targets. Let's take a few seconds to visualize them materializing. So in case you have a financial target, visualize what it means. If it's a house, visualize the house. If it's a certain amount of money in your bank account, then visualize the account in which you have your, the bank in which you have your account. Visualize the statement, see that amount of money on the statement. If it's a relationship, visualize what is it that you want. Is it a kind of relationship where you're looking for reconciliation in terms of just a phone call or a hug or a meeting or a dinner, whatever it is, okay, whatever you're looking for. Try to take a few seconds to visualize that and put a lot of energy into it, okay? And with that, let's gently open our eyes. Let's massage the face, the scalp, sorry, you should have done that, the neck, the arms, the shoulders, the chest, the liver and the spleen, the kidneys at the back, massage the lungs, massage the hips, the thighs, the knees, the shin bone, and the calves.
Can you add me in your WhatsApp group, please?
So thank you everyone for joining. As you know that the more of us that join the session, the more powerful is the healing and the more powerful is the meditation. So let's join the Twin Heart sessions regularly. We are operational at 4 p.m. from Tuesday to Saturday. And we also have sessions, practice sessions at our center in Baliganj Place in Kolkata on Fridays and Saturdays. You can just text us on the number below for any other assistance. Okay, so thank you so much and see you later. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.